Sewing Wax Project Anonymous, and in today's video,
we're going to show you how to make adjustments on the fly with your embroidery design with the Brother SE1900.
So let's get to it. So what are some issues you can resolve in the middle of embroidering?
Well, the first issue that we want to cover is when in the middle of your design, your sewing machine messes up or your embroidery machine messes up and it doesn't turn out too well looking. So obviously we have come into this scenario in the past where like right in the middle or at the worst case scenario, in the very end of a design, the embroidery machine messes up. Either the thread gets caught somewhere or whatever the case may be. But there is a way in the Brother SE1900 to back up the program so that it re-stitches out in the area that it messed up, so that at the end, it will still look pretty decent.
Yeah, this happened to us on our patch design, and we actually got a comment on to slow it down and show you actually how to do this.
Yes, we'll go through that. The other thing we want to talk about is after you've designed a PES to stitch out in a very specific order, whether that's by color or by shape or whatnot, you can actually adjust which color in your project stitches out first. You can actually go into the Brother SE1900 without any additional PES adjustment to select the color that you want to stitch out first. And then you can go backwards and stitch out what you skipped. So we'll go over that as well. So now I'm going to purposefully mess this up. Hold the thread. Okay, so you can see the machine stopped itself because it felt that there was too much tension on this thread, but it kept embroidering, but it got really tight and small back there. So this is an issue that you could face if your bobbin got wrapped around itself or whatever the case may be. It could have broke or kind of like sheared away. So how do we fix this without getting a new piece of fabric to embroider? So we can actually just go back in our settings. So you can see the indicator right here in this green and black outline. That's where the needle is currently in the project, but the project started messing up way up here on the T. So how do we get that back? Well, you can see right here, this little needle and the plus or minus sign will give us the options that we need for this. So you can see I could subtract by increments of 100, 10, or 1 stitches. So if I hit this minus 100, it's going to move the indicator back 100 stitches, which should go right back up in the T. So let's see. You can see it moves it right back up at the top, and it moved our project so that it would start stitching up there. And you can see, based off of this view, you can see how it got really narrow right here. That's because we had too much thread tension before the thread broke. So we're gonna basically tell the machine to back up 100 stitches, and it's gonna just re-embroider right over this bad part, and it will hopefully save our design. So we're good with that. We're gonna hit OK, and then we can go ahead and restart. So now you can see the T turned out really nice and we saved our design. So the next thing we could talk about is how do we adjust the order that this stitches out. So we pulled up obviously an old design that was multicolored because you need multicolors in order to change the thread order. And this is why when we design our things in Inkscape, we kind of arbitrarily assign colors to different objects, so that we can have this option at play, so that we could decide, hey, perhaps we want to embroider the black part first before the blue part. Well, we can do that in this setup here. So in order to do that, we hit the same button here, the little needle with a plus or minus, and then you're gonna see the thread bobbins here, plus or minus. And right now you can see it's on thread color 1 of 8, and we can actually adjust that. So if we wanted to embroider the black first, okay, and now you can see it skipped forward to the black part so that we could stitch that out. Now, if you wanted to go back, of course, you can just do the same thing, hit the minus to go back to thread color 1, and it's now back onto the blue body part of the design. This is also useful if you have a design with a word on the bottom and you're like, I really like the picture, but I don't want the word now anymore. Well, you can just skip it altogether. As long as you've assigned it a different color in Inkscape, it's going to recognize on the machine as a different color, and you can skip it altogether. I think this is thread color 8. So you can see the light blue here. We can stop it and not do thread color 8. So that's kind of neat.
So these are just a few of the tips we have for you when trying to fix an embroidery design when you're in the middle of embroidering it. This can just save your design and save you time and material.
Yeah, and another added benefit of being able to roll back your machine to a specific area on an embroidery design is if it wasn't dense enough in the thread count of a particular part, you could always just back it up and do it over again so you get a little bit denser embroidery right there. So that's just another added benefit.
Another thing, maybe your thread doesn't break from the tension, but if you accidentally do the wrong color, like we've said before, we do arbitrary colors. So if we accidentally did the wrong color, you can also go over it with the right color.
Another benefit is saving you time in re-exporting a PES design just due to a simple out-of-order sequence type deal. This just saves time, and if you just have a single design that you're not doing it for multiple projects, this could help in just using the machine and its full capabilities to get the good results you want.
Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you liked it.
Like it.
Subscribe if you enjoy our content.
Subscribe.
And turn on those notifications so you get my every single time we post a video. Stay crafty.
And be happy.
Bye.